All right, is this camera on? You recording? Just kidding. Gonna make this video about my eye. A lot of people wonder what happened, so I'm gonna make a little video. It's been a long time coming. Put the whole story right here, everything. I lost my vision in my right eye from an injury when I was 9, and I've been blind ever since. Until the year 2022, where I had 2 normal eyes before 2022, and it was going completely black. So, but I didn't think much of it because I was already basically blind in that eye. I could barely see a hand moving. So I didn't really care. I was preparing to return to my land in 2022 to build my cabin in Tennessee. But my grandparents wanted me to go see a doctor. So the doctor examined me and called the retina surgeon that Friday evening. He FaceTimed him. And then that doctor called me the next evening. But here's a picture of my eye, what my eye looked like, if I didn't already do that. The next day, the surgeon called me Saturday night, said I had to have the surgery, and retina surgery, and I was like, is there any other options? He told me no, if I don't have the surgery, I'm gonna lose my eye. So I had no alternatives. He told me there were no alternatives. So I had the surgery Monday, and when I woke up, I looked like this, and I was confused as to what happened, in pain and heavily distraught. I didn't understand what happened. I was told to go home and heal, and it'd heal, it'd get fine, right? I went back and forth crying to the doctor's office. I learned later, not even initially, but that they injected silicone oil inside my eye because your eye's hollow, the globe. They injected oil to push up your retina, which is like the rubber part of the inside of a tennis ball, and that I wouldn't regain vision until the oil was removed, and I might have to have future operations. But I didn't want more operations. I didn't even know I was gonna have to get my eye removed at the time. But I accepted it, that is my new normal, tried to move on. I threw myself into working out to regain a sense of control because I thought I was gonna lose my life. Like I was gonna lose my vision, I was gonna lose my life. I was told to do another retina surgery. I trusted it. They wanted me to do more. I started questioning it. I was having a lot of pain in my good eye, tears, effects, pain. I couldn't go in the light. I couldn't do anything. I wore an eye patch to try to just forget about it, and just because I was grateful for my vision in this eye. I never saw out of this eye since I was 9. So I was just like, oh, they just ruined it, whatever. But I didn't know. I was learning about sympathetic ophthalmoma through other doctors who told me that it's very common with eye injuries and eye surgeries where it's called spared eye disease. And fun fact, I'm gonna insert a fun fact. The guy who invented Braille went completely blind from spared eye disease. So he had an eye injury and lost his good eye from his injured eye. But he invented Braille. It's pretty cool. But yeah, these new doctors, or the other doctors, emphasized protecting my remaining vision and advised me to remove my damaged eye to reduce risk. But they didn't tell me to remove my eye. They wanted me to have more surgeries, to be honest. They call them oil changes. So losing an eye is a complete removal of your eye. It's a Medport polyethylene implant in my eye socket and a prosthetic glass eye on top of that, lifelong care, and a lot of goo coming out of this thing because my immune system is having to deal with it, and it just produces a lot of goo. And when I pop this out, it's just like a meat. It just looks like meat. That's my implant that's connected to my muscles so it can move around, but it's all a cadaver. Like my eye's not there, right? The whole time, looking back, I believe I wasn't fully informed about key aspects of my surgery and the potential of the risks. I didn't even know I was getting the permanent injection of oil, which is going to result in sympathetic ophthalmoma in my good eye because they can't take the oil out because it was a catastrophic retinal detachment. So you're not going to take the oil out on a retinal detachment that big, ever. So requiring me to remove this in order to save this, and that realization was something I couldn't face for a long time when I was dealing with it, going through the process of the pain, surgeries, and recovery, when I'm just basically trying to maintain my vision and my life. But I believe patients deserve clear information about risks, options, and long-term outcomes so they can make more informed decisions, especially when it comes to surgeries that's involving something that is so permanent. I'll be like this forever, and that's a crazy thought because I feel young, but I have to keep living my life. Today I live with one eye and I protect it every day. This experience has changed me physically, emotionally, and mentally in so many ways. I'm sharing this so others don't have to go through the same thing, and I hope that doctors would inform patients of their surgeries before doing it. The doctor that was working at that surgery team was a two-man group, and he no longer works with them. I think he was a bad player. I don't think other doctors would have not told me that they're going to inject the oil and that it risks complications to my good eye. Like, it just wouldn't have been worth it. I would have just left it. I could have been blind and have a normal looking eye. I just hope others don't do the same thing. Imagine this was your brother, your sister. Imagine this was you. Imagine it happened to both my eyes. Imagine it happened to both your mom's eyes. It would be ridiculous. Imagine putting it, and you wake up, oh, you just injected oil and you have to have both your eyes removed. Like, that shouldn't be something that you're just forced into. I really don't think that what they did was right. The doctors need to communicate openly, and no one is left wondering if they truly understood their choices. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm asking for accountability, transparency, and informed consent for patients. If this encourages one person to ask more questions or seek another opinion, it was worth it. Or if a doctor sees this and they think, I really need to inform my patients of these risks of these surgeries. He was a surgeon. He was a retina surgeon. That's all he did. The other surgeon told me that he is a surgeon who likes to cut. I was like, what's wrong with him? He told me that he's a surgeon who likes to cut. And I'm like, that's not cool. And I never saw him again. So now I'm living with the glass eye. I want to be fully recovered, but I don't think I ever will be. But no excuses, because I just need to do more to maintain myself. And I hope this video reaches the right audience. Thank you.